And welcome to Underground Horror Radio on Podbean, Facebook, podunkradio.com, YouTube, mostly YouTube for all the video stuff. Everything else is audio, podcast, and radio. That's over there. Also, our good friends over at Charbroil and Beldanditos, Power Hour of Love. I was trying to jump on that one too quick, I think. So, I just did another one of these with the same figures, but there was a lot of issue that I had. So then I realized it was like 12 minutes of me doing the same fucking thing. Nobody wants to see that. So now we're going to do a better thing. So this is the last of the Savage World figures from Funko that have the He-Man inspired 80s nostalgia slasher villains of horror. And I've done Freddy, Jason, Leatherface, and Michael Myers. That's 5. This is the last one. This is the Pinhead. He's a little bit better more when you look up more close at his camera. But yeah, I like him. I think he looks pretty cool. He's a little bit different than the other ones. The basic mold's the same, but the outfit's different. Of course, it's got this old warrior flap kind of thing. But the outfit itself is still like the bondage leather type outfit he has in the movies that Pinhead wears. It's just kind of like he's got more muscle, and that's all in black. It's like they painted that black. And he's got the finger. He has these 2 gloves, thumb and pinky gloves. It's still pretty cool. I mean, it still looks like a 80s rock star, which is what they always said about the Hellraiser demon, especially back in the 80s. It looks like rock stars. It's pretty cool. Metal band. He's got the skin, ripped flesh, much like he does in the movies there. Like I said, the detail is there's a bunch of lines. They have like stitching, and it's awesome. It's $11.99. I got it at FYE. You can get them. So far, I know there and GameStop. It comes with the 2 knives. One's like a hook knife. And it comes with the lament configuration, a.k.a. the Hellraiser box. That comes with it as well. He's pretty cool. I like him. I like the design. He has a pretty cool face. He looks like he's going to fuck somebody up, so I like it a lot. The other cool toy, so that's the end of that series. I think they're making one for DC, and we might get to that after Halloween. Because I have a lot of other figures that aren't horror necessarily that I could do. A lot of superheroes kind of thing. And to continue on, the horror thing being the month of, well, my show is always horror, but Halloween, which is next week, a week from today, is, now, I had a little issue with them earlier we'll talk about, but so far so good now, is this awesome Shin Godzilla. Pretty cool. It's a pretty good size figure and kind of heavy actually. Not super heavy, but heavy enough. The detail on this thing is incredible. It's NECA made this, so it's a NECA toy. So it's got detail to spare. It's got a lot of the detail, and those of you who are not familiar with Shin Godzilla, it's a Godzilla reboot that came out a couple years ago to celebrate another anniversary of Godzilla. They wanted to revamp him yet again because throughout history he's been the bad guy, he's been the hero, that kind of thing. This one is strictly like a bad guy, and he goes through this entire mutation process of becoming what he is here. And it's not that much different off the Godzilla thing. His head's a little bit different. He's got a long neck. It's got like a little head, beady eyes, but his mouth extends pretty wide. And then if you saw the movie, he shoots like not just like, you know, the radiation breath or any of that. No, nuclear breath. No, this is like straight up laser beams. It's sick. His whole thing lights up crazy. But yeah, most for it, he's kind of like having a meltdown. He's very much glowing red in a lot of places, like he's overheating. Very like a volcano style kind of body. It's almost like he is like a walking volcano of all the heat and the red coming out of him. He's not like a green or, it's very ashy looking, which is really cool about it. And the fins are really cool. That's all there. And he has a long, long tail. And the part I was trying to tell earlier is the reason why that the other video wouldn't work out is because it took a while to get in. So about here, or is it there? No, it's right here. Okay, so at this part right here, there's sections of his tail for moving, right? And it does move quite a different ways. It was not attached because it wouldn't fit in the box. And there's a ball that it's like a joint you put in, and it would not go in. Like I'm saying, my only beef with it is maybe it's just because mine may have been a little too small or something, but having a kid, which I think a kid would buy this. I mean, when I was a kid, Godzilla was huge. Still is. Godzilla was a big thing from the 70s and 80s and, of course, back in the 50s when they made the first one. But, I mean, yeah, oh. So, but this is like the NECA adult, like collectibles type thing. His feet's pretty cool, too. Close look at his feet. Normal Godzilla feet. But the detail of the claws are pretty cool. Unlike some of the other Godzillas who has like a bigger hand kind of thing, this one has like T-Rex arms, which is kind of funny. But again, this is a pretty... Go out and see if you can find at least clips on YouTube. I'm sure there are because I've seen them. Or try to find a way to watch Shin Godzilla. Trust me, it's awesome. They did a really good job. So anyway, the figure is amazing. My only grief, like I said before, was without the tail, he really didn't stand well. But he has 2 holes in his feet where you can put him on a stand to hold him in place. But with the tail being complete now, it hits the ground too, so it has more of a balance like that. So I definitely recommend it. It's about $25. The other one I got, that's not this one, which I'll do another day, was more from Toys R Us before they went under. This one was at Target, and I've seen them, some of them at GameStop, depending which one it is, down here in Florida, and at Target now because they're starting to collect NECA stuff. So cool. Anyway, that's Shin Godzilla. I now that he's out of the box, and I got him kind of moving, he looks cool. I'm very happy with it. So anyway, I'll see you guys next time with some more stuff. This weekend I'll be at Spooky Empire in Orlando, so if you happen to be in the Orlando area and going to a horror convention, which is what Spooky Empire is, tons of guests ranging from the X-Files to Soska's twins, bunch of other cool people going to be there, some Child's Play. So yeah, definitely go. Rock and roll weekend, a lot of cool stuff. We'll be there all weekend as well, me and my wife, Underground Horror Radio, for Podunk Radio as well. So yeah, it'll be a good time. So if you happen to be out this weekend in Orlando, come say hi. Anyway, that's going to do it for this day. I would say this week, but I got another episode coming tomorrow, so never ends. Have a good one, guys.